Hello, welcome to channel Love Food. Today in this video, we will talk about everything related to eggs. I hope you enjoy watching. In many animals, the egg is the primordial cell that initiates the life cycle of these animals after fertilization. It is the medium on which the embryo of these animals feeds, and it is this medium, namely the egg, that ensures the protection of the embryos of these animals. Egg-laying animals do not usually develop embryos inside the mother's body, but all development takes place inside the eggs. It is a reproductive agent for many species of fish, amphibians, and reptiles, as well as all species of birds and monotremes, egg-laying mammals, and most insects and arachnids. In most birds and reptiles, the egg is a zygote resulting from fertilization of the ovum. Create a strong hole that protects the fetus. Oviparous animals are animals that lay eggs without further changes to the female. The science of collecting eggs, especially from birds, is called oviology. Reptile eggs laid in water are surrounded by a flexible or inflexible shell. In many animals, the egg is the primordial cell which, after fertilization, initiates the life cycle of these animals. It is the environment from which the embryo of these animals feeds, and it is this medium, namely the egg, that ensures the protection of the embryos of these animals. And egg-laying animals don't usually develop embryos in the mother's body, all development takes place inside the egg. It is the mode of reproduction of many species of fish, amphibians, and reptiles, as well as all species of birds and monotremes, egg-laying mammals, and most insects and arachnids. The eggs are surrounded by a shell or membrane that protects them, and the eggs contain a yolk that nourishes the developing embryo and a transparent part that is the albumin. A spot of protoplasm appears on one side of the yolk, which after fertilization turns into a small embryo. Egg yolk contains nutrients and vitamins, and egg white contains water and minerals. The yolk is attached to the shell by fine hairs and floats in the egg white. Thus, the developing chick always stays in an elevated position and close to heat, and the embryo absorbs oxygen, which penetrates the porous shell of the egg. It is a nourishing treatment. Although relatively small, eggs are packed with nutrients and can be an important part of a balanced diet. A large hard-boiled egg has about 77 calories and contains vitamins A, B5, B12, D, E, K, B6, folic acid, phosphorus, selenium, calcium, zinc, 6 grams of protein, 5 grams of healthy fats. Eggs are a good source of protein, white and yolk. They also contain heart-healthy unsaturated fats and are an excellent source of important nutrients like vitamin B6, B12 and vitamin D, says Dr. Kurt Hong, board-certified internal medicine physician at USC's Keck Medicine. 2. Eating cholesterol affects different people differently. Yes, it is true that eggs, especially the yolk, are high in cholesterol. A large egg contains about 186 milligrams of dietary cholesterol. Before you eliminate eggs from the menu, however, you should familiarize yourself with the dietary guidelines of the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA. One study suggests that eggs don't raise cholesterol at all in about 70% of people. According to the researchers, dietary cholesterol does not necessarily increase blood cholesterol levels. The remaining 30%, known as hyperreactive people, can slightly increase their total cholesterol and LDL cholesterol levels by eating eggs. As with any food, moderation is key, says Hong, who is also a professor of clinical medicine at USC's Keck School of Medicine. 3. Eggs increase good cholesterol. Eating eggs results in high levels of high-density lipoprotein, HDL, also known as good cholesterol. People with high HDL levels have a lower risk of heart disease, stroke, and other health problems. According to one study, eating 2 eggs a day for 6 weeks increased HDL levels by 10%. 4. Take some choline. Choline is a water-soluble vitamin that is often classified as a B vitamin. It is used to build cell membranes and helps make signaling molecules in the brain. A hard-boiled egg contains about 147 milligrams of choline, or 27% of the U.S. recommended daily allowance. S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA. 5. Eggs help preserve sight. As we get older, we need to take better care of our eyes. Egg yolks contain high amounts of lutein and zeaxanthin, beneficial antioxidants that help reduce the risk of cataracts and macular degeneration in the eyes. Eggs are also rich in vitamin A, which is beneficial for eye health. 6. Some eggs are better for you. Omega-3 helps lower triglycerides, which are a type of fat in the blood. Therefore, consuming eggs enriched with omega-3 fatty acids can be an option, especially if you don't like other foods, fish, nuts, seeds, that are naturally rich in omega-3 fatty acids. If your triglycerides are below 150, you're fine. 150 to 199 is the upper limit, 200 to 499 is high, and 500 or more is considered very high. 7. Eat enough protein and amino acids. Getting enough protein in our diet is an important way to support our body's health. Each egg contains about 6 grams of protein, as well as helpful amino acids. Consuming a daily serving of protein can help you control your weight, build muscle mass, lower your blood pressure, and improve your bones. 8. They do not hurt the heart. Contrary to what was thought in previous decades, there is no direct link between egg consumption and heart disease or stroke. However, some research shows that people with diabetes who eat eggs increase their risk of heart disease. Some research suggests that people who eat low-carb diets and eat eggs have a lower risk of developing heart disease. 9. It is a big meal. You may have noticed that eating eggs for breakfast keeps you fuller for longer. This is usually attributed to the high protein content of eggs. Whether you eat an omelette for breakfast or a hard-boiled egg for a snack, eggs can help you stay full after or between meals. Boiled eggs. No matter what kind of hard-boiled eggs you like, you first need to know how to make a good hard-boiled egg. It's neither too soft nor too easy, but after a few tries you'll master it. The critical point in achieving the best hard-boiled eggs is to keep the yolk silky smooth while the white needs to be slightly dense. This method eliminates the need to peel the shells before cooking. Boil eggs. I also recommend setting the timer for around 5 to 6 minutes, as this is the ideal cooking time for this type of hard-boiled egg. When the eggs boil, immediately dip them in cold water and peel them. There are many ways to peel a hard-boiled egg, so choose the best one. The yolk is still soft and runny. This dish should be served immediately after cooking. Otherwise, you can keep it for up to a week. 2. Boiled eggs. Once you've successfully cooked soft-boiled eggs, making hard-boiled eggs for yourself is a breeze. Just follow the same steps as for hard-boiled eggs. However, the boiling time changes significantly. For boiled eggs, you need to double the cooking time. That means hard-boiled eggs take about 10 to 12 minutes. You get the perfect texture with hardened yolks and egg whites. Such a hard-boiled egg with an intact shell can be stored in the refrigerator for a week. If the shell cracks, eat the egg as soon as possible. 3. Deviled eggs. Deviled eggs are simply a more complicated version of hard-boiled eggs. Instead of serving hard-boiled eggs right after they're cooked, consider taking this type of hard-boiled egg to the next step. Devil eggs are obtained by slicing hard-boiled eggs in half vertically or horizontally. Then remove the yolk and mix it with other ingredients such as mustard, mayonnaise, cream, or butter. The final step is to put the yolks back into the eggs. Many people call this egg dish devil's eggs or Russian eggs. Devil eggs have many uses. You can eat them as an appetizer, side dish, or even as a main course. 4. American-style omelets. When it comes to hard-boiled eggs, omelets are a must on this list, right? Let's start with American omelets, an egg dish made with eggs, oil or butter, and some other spices and seasonings, optional. To achieve this style of poached egg, you must first beat the eggs with the prepared ingredients until smooth. When everything is ready, pour your mixture into a pan with oil or butter and sauté the eggs for a few minutes. The toppings are optional, so you can choose from options like ham, bacon, cheese, or diced peppers. Wait for a crust to form around the edge, then flip one side to form a crescent. 5. Omelette. Omelette is another type of omelette that I would like to introduce to you. The name frittata is the Italian word for fried and refers to the preparation of this specialty. This type of poached egg also uses egg, salt, pepper, and butter like an American omelet. Again, this dish starts with combining all the ingredients in one bowl. However, instead of adding the toppings before assembling the omelets, mix them in with the egg mixture before you cook the eggs. Now all that's left to do is cook the eggs in the oven. The frittata takes longer to prepare than other frittatas, but the crispy edges and thick texture will delight your taste buds. Many people compare this type of poached egg to skinless quiche. 6. Puffed omelette. Let's continue with another type of omelette, the puffed omelette. You don't have to crack eggs as usual to prepare them. The peculiarity of this omelette is that first you need to separate the egg white from the yolk. As you probably know, puffed omelets have a light texture. They are light and incredibly fluffy. To achieve that perfect texture, you must first beat the egg whites until they form a firm foam. Next, mix the egg whites with the yolk mixture and pour the mixture into the pan. With their slightly golden appearance, your soufflé omelets deserve to be eaten for breakfast or brunch. 7. Boiled eggs. Want to feed the crowd with fried eggs, but it takes a long time to fry each egg? Boiled eggs are the answer. Grilling is a cooking method in which you place food in a grill pan at a high temperature. Instead of slowly cooking food from the inside out, cooking burns the outside. Therefore, the resulting eggs have crispy edges. The egg white will set, but the yolk will still be runny and warm. This process only takes a few minutes. What you need to do is crack each egg into the bowl and then move them around on the bed, pizza dough, ground beef, veggies, etc. Repeat with as many eggs as you like. Try not to let them touch you. The last step is to put the pan under the grill and wait for the load. People also adds a bit of flavor to this dish by offering many variations of hard-boiled eggs. You can mix the eggs with other ingredients like garlic, cheese, and other fresh herbs.